please don't mind, okay? This is my first voiceover. I don't have a mic. Please ignore the background noise also. I hope I'm audible to you guys. So, well, if you guys remember, whoever follows me in Instagram, I had put a story where I was about to explain you guys about my Air India cabin crew interview process. But before I post any video, I thought of asking you guys, like, are you guys interested to listen? But yeah, I got a pretty good response from my friends and also from my followers, where they were asking me, they really want to know the process, how it goes. So yeah, here are with the video, guys. Please ignore my overacting. Okay, so in this video, I personally want to share 3 things with you guys. One, the interview process with Indigo and how many times I got rejected, and the second is the interview process with Air India, and third, after the selection of candidate, what happens next, like medical and all. So I'm just going to explain you guys in a simple few minutes. So the first airline which I gave interview was Indigo. That was my first interview of my life with any airline companies. Okay, so that was on June 10th 2025, and now it's June 2026, like 1 year. Okay, that was my first day of my interview, June 10th, and I got rejected in my first round. Hold on, first round itself I was rejected. I was so demotivated. I was like, am I not a capable candidate? Am I really so bad at it? Like, so many things were running in my mind. But after I came to my home and I just opened Instagram, like YouTube. I was just seeing the videos of all the influencers who were saying their interview process with Indigo and how many times they got rejected. After seeing all that, I just motivated myself, like, bro, rejection is just a part of our journey. Chill. Okay, the first round in Indigo was GD. Wait, this is what I was wearing in my first interview. This is my interview look. Okay, so in Indigo, the first round is GD, and next will be one time they keep BMI, or else they'll be keeping communication round, the virtual round, and the final will be PM. So in the GD round, probably there'll be like 10 to 15 girls, where you'll get one topic to talk, or they might ask different questions to different people also. But we used to get one topic, so we used to just talk about it or say our opinion or something like that. And the second used to be the communication round, where HR will be there in the like laptop, like the video call, and she'll be asking us multiple questions and we just need to answer it. And the next is BMI. BMI is pretty hectic, guys. You need to be very careful, because one single mark in your hand also, she's gonna mark it and she's gonna give it to HR and you're done for the day. I just got rejected for this tiny mark, so never mind, that's not visible in the camera, but I got rejected for that. And the final was PI, where 2 people will be sitting together and they'll be asking some multiple questions, and this much is the Indigo wala stuff. Okay, and wait, I have to share this experience with you guys, where I was rejected for like 18 to 19 times probably with Indigo itself. So Indigo rejected me for like, I think 18 times, but in that 18 time I was in the final round for 6 times. So I know how the process were going on. Like, I have been like 4-5 times in the final round, so I was so confident. I was like, bro, I know what's happening next, what they're gonna ask, or maybe what is the next round happening. So after giving for like so many times, then I was like, let me just try for some other airline. Then Air India was hiring, so I just applied for Air India. And after, like, I think I applied in the month of December, and I got hello assessment mail in the month of January end I got. And after that, my interview was on March 13th. So there is like 3 months of gap. When I applied was like on December to March. So after all this wait, I gave my interview with Air India on March 13th. So I'm going to explain you guys the uh, rounds in Air India detailedly in this video also. Well, as I said you guys that I was selected in the Hello assessment with Air India, and my interview with Air India was on 13th March 2026 in Bangalore. So this you have to first apply and then you're gonna get the mail. This is not a walk-in interview. You have to apply in the website, okay? But in Indigo it was walk-in interview when I was giving, but now it's not a walk-in interview anymore. You have to apply in Indigo also. So when I was going in interview for like walk-in interview, they will easily like a 250 to 300 candidate, where only 5 to 6 people used to get selected. But in Air India I got selected in the Hello assessment, and I went to the interview, and there were around like 100 people, probably 100 to 120 max, so I don't know, but there were pretty so many girls. So my first round was BMI. So here it's little different, okay? So usually in Indigo it was GD, but here it's different. It was BMI. First they want to check whether are you a capable candidate, like your height, your weight and all is proper, then only they want to send you for the next round. That's actually a good thing. So we are going to get to know in the first round itself that we are a capable candidate or no. Well, I cleared my BMI round with Air India, as I mentioned that it was the first round. So after the first round, the second round was GD round. So यहाँ पे like it was little different, where there were around 5 to 6 HR, and each HR were having 3 candidate, where they were taking interview of 3 candidate, 1 HR. So as I mentioned previously, where in Indigo there were around 10 to 15 candidate with 1 HR, where they used to select 5 to 6 people at a time. But in Air India it was different. 1 HR was taking 3 candidate interview as a GD round. So the second person was me. She asked me the question from my resume and about my past work. After that, but she asked me to answer all the questions in Hindi. Okay. After that, she asked me to wait outside for some time, and I waited for around like 10 to 15 minutes max. After that, another HR came with so many resumes in her hand, and she took some names where my name was there, and she was like, you guys can go for the next round, which is medicals. So in medicals what happened was, BMI was the first round, but medicals is third. BMI is something they're gonna check only your height and your weight, okay? But medical is something where they wanna check your scar, your visible tattoo, scar on your face, or any other mark which is visible, okay? If you have something like that, then it's a bit difficult for you to get into aviation field, like as a cabin crew. So if you don't have, then you're done with that round too. So I don't have, so I cleared my third round as well, and the last and the final round was PI, personal interview, where there was a sir who was taking the personal interview. He was such a gentleman, yeah, to be honest. So it was a bit nervous moment for all of the candidates who were waiting for the final round. And we were around I think in my group, I think we were like 6-7 people who were waiting for the final round. And in the final round what happened was, so well, I was in the final round. I was very nervous. As I mentioned previously that I have given the final round for like 6 times, but in Air India it was a bit very different though, and it was so professional that I started getting scared. I was like, ooh. I was too nervous, just like so nervous. So when it was my turn, I was literally shivering. I don't know why, but I was shivering. So he asked me so many questions, like situation based questions, like how would I handle the moment if I am in that situation, and how would I solve it. So this kind of situation questions he asked me, and also about my past work and all. So those were the questions. After that, so we were around like 6 girls. We had a group of 6-7 girls. In that, one girl was rejected. I was like भाई ये लोग reject कर रहे हैं सही में. And after that we waited for like max 1 hour. After that, HR came with so many resumes and she said that girls, congratulations. And we were like, oh my god. Most of the girls started crying. I was holding my tears. I was like, don't cry. So it was so good and the best moment of my life, to be honest. And after this, what happened was, after clearing all the rounds with HR, we girls were so happy. We were calling our parents, our friends. We were informing that we cleared our interview and all. But later on, after some time, HR came and she was like, girls, you are not yet selected as a cabin crew. You have another round, which is medicals. We were like, okay, medicals, we will do that and all. Like, we were so happy. But HR said that if you have some issue with your health, after the reports, if it is unfit, then you are unfit. You can't work with any like airlines. After that, we were like, okay. So after 2 days, we got the mail. Okay, 13th was my interview, 17th was my medicals. I visited the hospital which was mentioned in the mail, and I completed all the medical process and all. And after 10 days, I got a mail saying that I was temporarily unfit. I was so sad. Literally, I started crying. Later on, what happened was, hope so you guys like this video, and if you want to know what happened after receiving that mail, the temporary unfit, just let me know or DM me and comment down. I'm gonna make another video on the temporary unfit after the medicals. Okay, bye.